friends! Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and today I'm going to talk about one of my most asked questions, and that is whether or not I should go into photography full-time. I have 10 pros and cons for you that I'm going to talk about later, but I wanted to start off with 3 key takeaways, so even if you click off the video later, you can at least take these 3 things away. Number 1 is you have to be passionate, and I mean head over heels, without a shadow of a doubt, couldn't see yourself doing anything other than photography. Because number 2, it is hard. It is hard to have your own business and it is hard to do it in a creative field. But is it worth it and is it possible? Absolutely. But you have to be passionate about it. And number 3, in order to have a successful business, you have to have a really good support system and be proactive. Ultimately, I cannot answer this question for you whether or not you can go into photography full-time or not, but I do have 10 pros and cons about having your own photography business, and hopefully that'll help you gauge whether or not it is for you. The first pro is you obviously get to be your own boss, and if you've ever had a bad boss or bad management, you can appreciate what a holy grail gift this is. The con, though, is you are the sole responsibility of the success and failure of your business, and you have to wear many hats, and it is a lot of pressure and can be very overwhelming for a lot of people. Number 2, there is no ceiling on your income. You can make as much as you want, as little as you want, or be happy with where you're at. The con part is it is very unstable, it is hard to have consistent income, and it usually costs a lot to start up your business. It is hard to turn a profit for a little while. So finances can be very stressful. Number 3 is you get to be your own brand. You get to have exactly the aesthetics that you want, and that is really cool, I have to be honest. The con part, though, is that usually takes a lot of research and just understanding who you want to be and your target market and what you want to put out in the world. And to start up your own business and your own brand, it takes a lot of little things that people aren't aware of, is registering with your state and setting up your tax ID number and all that stuff. But there's other resources to do that. There is online classes, you can talk to an accountant and to get help with that, but there is a lot in order to even begin the process of having your own brand and service to the world. Number 4, you get to face your fears and you get to have no regrets when you're older and say, if I could have just went for it, or what if? And you get to answer that question, and that is ultimately, that makes it worth it. It really does. The hard part, though, is you will I won't say probably, you will fail, and you can't be afraid of failure. That is the whole ups and downs of having your own business. Number 5 is you get to work from anywhere, and what a dream that is. It is amazing to be able to travel and still be able to work. The con part, though, is it can be very lonely. You are by yourself majority of the time, and even when you are with people, it's clients, so it's a different relationship. So I recommend networking with other photographers and creatives to help with that. 6 is you get to pick your own team and your own clients. You get to choose who you work with, and that is amazing. The con part really is just you have to be a really good time and people manager. You have to be a good leader, you have to be able to execute ideas well, and from the start to finish. Number 7 is job security is in your hands now, not anybody else's. You get to have a job, and a successful job, for as long and as hard as you will work for one. The con, though, is especially in photography and having your own business, it is a constant work in progress. You have to constantly be marketing, constantly seeking out clients and new work, and word of mouth helps a little bit, and there's things that you'll gain momentum, but you still have to work at it. You have to stay up with the trends and the times and technology. It is a lot of work and it never stops. I love it for that reason creatively, but it also is a very realistic hardship you have to deal with. Number 8 is you get to be creative. We are creative human beings, our soul, we thrive on it. We love seeing that image at the end and just creating this whole story. And that's amazing, but the con part is you have to constantly kind of stay relevant. You have to see what it is your target market is loving. What do they want to see from you? Are you developing your craft? Are you developing as an individual? In order to be creative, you have to keep it exciting, and that can be exhausting. A lot of fun, but exhausting to constantly be creative. Number 9 is you will develop so much, not only as an artist and creative, but as a person. The con part is you usually develop those through a lot of trial and errors. It is going to be frustrating, and there's going to be so many highs, and your heart's going to be full, and there's going to be so many lows, and I've had breakdowns more than I care to say, but you have to stick through it if you want to see any kind of success. Number 10 is obviously the most important, and you get to do what you love for a living, and that makes all of this worth it. It really does. But the con part is, especially when you're first starting out, people don't realize that it is often 80% business and 20% photography and creativeness. It is a lot of business administration first, especially in the first couple of years. And you're not always going to be shooting and editing. Most time you're going to be developing your marketing strategies, you're developing your business plan, your prices. It takes a lot of groundwork. But like I said, you are willing to do it, and you're willing to work all those crazy hours and those crazy weekends and nights and holidays because you love it. Alright guys, that's what I have for you today. I hope that was helpful. Leave me a comment below telling me maybe one of the points that I mentioned that you struggle with the most or you're most excited about. So excited to hear from you guys. Please like and subscribe and do all that stuff. I love hearing from you, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye. And today I'm talking about one of my most asked questions. Sorry, they didn't know I was filming, obviously. And so I recommend network. My name is Michelle, and today I'm going to answer